So Christina Penrose, thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us this afternoon. And I want to talk to you today about the Remax model. But before we get into that, can you just give me a bit of a brief explanation or a brief overview of your marketplace and just a little bit about your background?
Sure. I started in real estate at the age of 23, worked in another franchise group for around about 6.5 years before deciding that I wanted to open an office.
Yes.
And looked around at a range of different options and ultimately chose to open a Remax office. Opened that in Paddington, which is not the marketplace that I was working in, but it's an inner city area, as you know, not too far from here, in Paddington in October 2000. And today we've got a team of 20-odd agents and we're going very well.
Right. Well, that begs the question, why Remax?
It was the model that really was attractive to me as a sales agent, and the franchise group that I was in was not able to offer that. And so when I was looking around, that was the one that appealed to me as a high achiever. And what I noticed is when I left the business that I was in, I left a massive hole.
Yeah.
I'm sure they filled it over time, absolutely, but I didn't want to ever own an office and have that same thing happen to me. So I felt that by owning a Remax office where everyone paid their fair share of expenses and I made a little bit out of each of the agents, that I would have a much more sound business, a much more solid foundation, that I wasn't as much at risk to have much of my income just walk out the door one day. And so those are all different considerations when I chose the Remax model.
So how's that work for you? Like, are those, I don't know if the word's expectation, but has that come to pass? Like, have you developed a business that is, I'm going to put some words in your mouth here, Christina. Have you developed a business that's sort of broad-based as opposed to having the £10,000 gorilla walking through your office? Has it come to pass that it's worked as you just said?
Absolutely, because you make more like the same amount from each person as opposed to the high achiever bringing you in most of your income. And the other thing that I wanted to work with experienced people.
Yes.
So what I was finding in the previous model was that there were newcomers coming left, right and centre, brand new, lasting 3 months, 2 months, 6 weeks, they were gone. And so there were constantly this revolving door taking place. So we've been able to hire experienced agents and then with that had a much longer lifespan, I suppose, of the agents, because there is no better option for them in terms of financial for the agents. So there's no other better financial model, arguably still even better than owning an office. So therefore the security and keeping those good agents to work for you for much longer is very likely if you do the right thing, obviously, and manage them well.
So you've come from another franchise, as I have, as a lot of people have. But if I asked you some of the distinct differences between other franchises and Remax, is there anything that really sticks out that Remax really has this uniqueness about it at all?
Absolutely. I think the everybody wins strategy that Dave Liniger talks about is the epitome of what Remax is all about. So it's not only good for the agent because they're getting the maximum commissions and maximum rewards. They're getting a lot of freedom and flexibility, but they're still getting the support and structure that is available to them by mixing with other high achievers and all of those sorts of things. So there's a lot more freedom and flexibility for the agent to run their own business how they want to. Yeah. And I think if you're dealing with good people, that's what they're looking for, and that's what helps them to strive to another level and gives them excitement and rewards for what they're doing. So everything's about the agent, promoting the agent first, the brand second. So they come hand in hand, as opposed to some of the other brands where it is all about the brand, and you'll find the agent's name so small you can't see it as you drive past on a sign or in the papers. It's about the brand. So it's the reverse, but the strength of the Remax brand is behind the agent, going with them and helping them grow their business, but they're at the centre and they're able to market themselves. Hopefully that makes sense.
No, it does, makes perfect sense. So what are the challenges faced by today's principals, Christina? And the second part of that question is, has Remax assisted you in overcoming those challenges?
I think one of the biggest challenges for most people seems to be recruitment and retention of staff, and I think that the model provided by Remax is certainly of great assistance. We get a lot of coaching and mentoring around the recruitment process, and by mixing with other principals that is their main focus, is growing their businesses and growing their people. Mixing with like-minded people, I guess all of that helps. At the end of the day, I think it comes down to yourself, and it's your business, and the success of it will come down to your leadership. But Remax is always there for you if you need that assistance. They're very quick to come forward and help you with those challenges that do arise from time to time.
Christina Penrose, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Much appreciated.
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you.